So, you know how when you're trying to practice and it's just so boring? Well, I have a solution for you. Use delay. And typically I like to preach not to hide behind guitar effects when you're practicing because that kind of covers up your mistakes, but in the way that I'm going to show you how to use delay, it actually will let you know immediately if you make a mistake, and yet it will reward you for sounding good. It's really a win-win. And a byproduct of this practice method is that you can sometimes compose new awesome ideas. This can actually be a replacement for a metronome. Yes. And if you don't use a metronome, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. But this could be a step towards that type of methodical practice. So you can do this with any delay pedal. All you have to do is set a tempo and figure out where the rhythm is that makes this sort of bounce back delay happen. Okay, so now I have just a single delay sound. As you can hear there, very simple, just a kind of like 120-ish, I would say, BPM with an eighth note or maybe closer to a dotted eighth note rhythm. So now let's find our pocket. So to find the pocket, what I'll do first is match the delay speed. So I'm hitting unison with the delay. And then I'll speed up to get in between those delays. This is our picking speed. So that it's as simple as that. And what you want to do here is once you find that speed, that is going to be whatever your exercise is. So I was just doing a real simple pentatonic thing right there. If you wanted to do like your Lydian mode. You can really substitute any exercise you want with this concept. And as I alluded to before, you can get pretty creative with it. Well, what do you guys think? More fun than a metronome, right? I'll take that as a yes. Now I have a stereo set up, so I'm concentrating on finding that pocket. And as a general rule of thumb, you want your delay level to be at about 12 o'clock, so that way you get a solid return on the delay. It's not just like a faded kind of background delay. The second thing you want to keep in mind is the amount of repeats. I like to have at least 4 or 5 repeats before it fades away. And if you don't have a stereo delay like I'm using, just use an eighth note or a dotted eighth note, whatever gives you this galloping. And that's actually where we're going to start as far as practice goes. So I think the most important aspect of music is rhythm. You can have amazing tone and absolutely blistering shred licks, but if you don't have rhythm, you stink. I'm going to be blunt about it. If you don't have rhythm, you stink. So this is a great way to build up your internal body clock, your internal rhythm. And by using delay, it's just more fun. So this would be a very basic example of keeping yourself in time, working on your rhythm, and keeping that pocket with the delay. another benefit for this type of practice, working on your articulation and your dynamics. So I'm going to play the same very simple thing again, but articulate the off note. As you can see, you can stretch that to infinite possibilities. Now I'm going to keep the same delay settings, but choose eighth notes instead of quarter notes. This will give you that kind of U2 sound, and again, really keep you in check when it comes to ascending and descending. I'm just going to play simple B minor stuff for these few examples, so that way we keep everything simple and you can see how this applies to whatever exercise you want to use. All right, let's kick it up to 16th notes and use the same tempo, same delay settings. This is a very simple thing to do with any delay pedal, and I think it makes practice more fun. It shouldn't be the only way you practice, I think, but it could be if it works for you. Using a delay pedal or any effects pedal has its place in a practice routine. You shouldn't really hide behind effects when you're trying to like rip through a shred lick and you just cover it with a wall of reverb and delay. I think Joe Bonamassa said something about that. But it is okay to use pedals if it's in sort of a constructive way. And well, I hope this was a helpful lesson for you. I hope you have fun with your practice. And until next time, keep shredding.